is objectively better.
Swazdula, ya goobers, how the hell are ya? If you're new to the channel and you just clicked here for the first time ever, I'm known as Cephalon Jizo, aka Ashisogi Tenno, and today we're going to talk a little bit about Anthem. For everybody else who is not new to the channel and you're like, whoa, bud, what do you mean Anthem? Ain't that dead game that nobody cares about, nobody plays about, that crappy game that nobody should ever touch under any circumstances ever? What are you doing, Jizo? I've got some news for you guys. Now, in order to understand why are we even talking about Anthem 2 years after it was released, is there something going on with it? Is there anything mention-worthy? Isn't Anthem trash and nobody should ever pay it any attention ever? Which seems to be the common opinion, but I'm going to tell you guys something real quick. You're probably dead wrong. And I'm going to tell you why, but in order to do that we have to rewind back and kind of recap what happened to Anthem. In short, Anthem was railjack. If you're a Warframe person, you'll know what that means. If you're not a Warframe person, then perhaps the following story of how Anthem came to be and fell into the abyss will sound very, very familiar with a recent game release, Cyberpunk, that's that I'm not going to name right now. But dating back to, I think it was February, early 2019, Anthem hit the stores, hit online stores everywhere, and you could get it. And it was one of the most highly anticipated games for a while up until its release date. It was the game that was meant to blow Destiny 2 and Warframe and similar looter shooter games out of the water. We Tennos and whatever the Destiny people are called were trembling with fear in most cases because Anthem was just supposed to be that good. But unfortunately, thanks to EA being greedy and not able to keep their sticky little fingers out of Bioware, the developer's business.
That's amazing. I can't believe that happened.
There was some pressure, kind of like Cyberpunk, and there were some big issues in the game released, and it was a complete flop. Yes, at launch, Anthem was a disaster. It was absolutely horrible. Unless, of course, you enjoy infinite load screens, no loading at all, not being able to load the game in the first place, several assets in the game missing, graphics that turned out not being what they were advertised, cough Cyberpunk, all these things. If you like that kind of buggy content, then Anthem was amazing. But subsequently, of course, the game flopped and the gaming community smashed down on it hard. It was brutal. It was, oh my god, Anthem took such a beating. Rightfully so. Let's not lie here. Let's be serious. People stopped playing the game, and for 2 years now, almost no one has touched this game. However, here's where most players are wrong. See, all of us remember how shitty the game was at launch, which it was, but just like Railjack was shitty at launch, just like No Man's Sky was shitty at launch, and any number of other games that were really, really bad at launch, Bioware didn't just sit around and do nothing. They actually did something to the game and improved it. What kind of improvements did they do? Well, all of the missing assets that were supposed to be in the game, some of the items, they were actually put into it. They overhauled a lot of the issues that were causing serious crashes and infinite loading screens and all of that stuff. I tried Anthem again a couple of months ago just for, I don't know, I was just curious, you know, I tried it back then too, and I also was massively disappointed, and I was hugely surprised at how good the game is now. Surely it's not perfect, but it's no longer a mess. Just like No Man's Sky or Railjack if you're a Warframer. It's honestly, in my honest opinion, no longer a mess, and it is constantly on sale at the EA store, or Origin store. And on sale means you can get it for as little as $8 to $9. This game is 10 times worth that, not literally, but it is definitely worth $9. If you could get it for anywhere around 30 or less bucks, this game is 100% worth it, in my honest opinion. The missions work properly, the flying was overhauled a little bit, you can tell the tweaks that were made because I remember distinctly that the flying was atrocious. It was dog shit. Let's be honest here, right? But now when I started playing it a couple of months ago, I noticed, hey, wait a minute, this is actually not bad at all. They also simplified a lot of the drops that you get and the way that you get them and the way you can salvage them or scrap them or whatever the word was in Anthem, and it was overall just a fine game. Now, I'm not gonna lie, if you're intrigued by the words I'm telling you right now and you're thinking about buying it, I don't know yet, because I'm not done with the story just yet. I don't know if full price, $50 or so, is worth it for you. I can't tell you that. I don't know. But what I can tell you, in all honesty, is that if I had bought this game on sale for $20 or $30, I would not be mad. Fortunately, I got it for $9, and I'm definitely not mad. I wholeheartedly recommend, if you find it on sale, give it another chance. It is definitely worth it. So that being said, please try to forget about the old hate. Try to forget that EA are the greatest assholes in the business, probably, or one of them at least. We know that. This isn't news. But that doesn't mean that the game Anthem or Bioware themselves deserve this continuous hate after so much time. If the game were still in a shitty state and they'd be claiming otherwise, I'd get it. But that's not the case. The game is genuinely fine now. I very much do enjoy it. I play it on stream a couple times when I'm in the mood to here and there, so maybe you guys can tune in Monday through Thursdays starting at 12 p.m. EST if you care, and then maybe I'll be streaming it and you can have a look for yourself. I'll show you. So far, a lot of people were actually pleasantly surprised. Okay, well, thanks, Jizo. Thanks for the info. I may or may not care. Why are you telling us this now? Why now of all days? Well, what has happened now in the meantime is not only did BioWare go ahead and do some massive improvements in the early stages. Unfortunately, they just couldn't have been fast enough to the game to where it's now actually playable, but they also retreated, they went recluse, and had a small task force to start redesigning a new Anthem from the ground up, which they have been working on for quite a while now, okay? People tend to call it Anthem Next or Anthem 2.0. I like to call it Anthem Reloaded. You can call it whatever you want. It is not a sequel to the Anthem that we already know. It is just rebuilt, remade the game in their own vision with the influence of all of the feedback that they got, the negative feedback that they got from releasing the first Anthem. So, what does that mean? That means that sometime in the next 2 or 3, hopefully, years or so, we could possibly expect to see this Anthem Reloaded, aka Anthem Next, that will be new and improved. What kind of improvements are we talking about here? Well, including, but not only restricted to the following: a new Javelin, potentially, a completely overhauled upgrade system with skill trees and shit like that, a point in time similar to MMOs where you get a max rank with your skill tree, at which point you will unleash the Bankai, so to speak, unleash a new ultimate and something, highly specialization options and stuff like that, and many, many, many more. There's a lot of info out there, but it's really difficult to find. If you guys are interested in that kind of info, I would highly recommend you check out the dude's Your Anthem is the name of his channel. Go check him out. He has a really nice summary of all of these potential changes and sources, where they're from, so that you know that it's legit. Okay, cool. That sounds great. So BioWare is working on something in the background that is going to be a new and improved, revamped version of Anthem to make good on the disappointment of the original Anthem, which is now playable and totally fine, by the way. Let me mention that again. Okay, thanks, Jizo, for the info, but again, why are you telling us this now? Why not in 6 months' time or when it's closer to release? Why today? Well, in this very week, and it is possible that by the time you are watching this video that Anthem's fate is sealed, but in this very week, as of uploading this video, Anthem developers, so BioWare, the few that are still working on it, and some executives from EA are having a meeting where the EA people will review the progress on this other Anthem revamp, and based off of what they determine, they will decide Anthem's fate. Will they invest the funding needed to make this Anthem Next or Anthem Reloaded beautiful and perfect and wonderful and great and finish it? Are they willing to invest that kind of money or not? According to Bioware, they are currently around 30 people working on it, which is nowhere near enough, but it was supposed to be a small task force. They also lost their executive producer, Christian Daly, who was feeding a lot of the development process into the public for us to kind of follow. He couldn't share too much, but he shared a little bit. Anyways, they lost him too because for whatever reasons Bioware felt they had to change management a little bit. All of that aside, the only thing that really matters is Bioware going to get the help that they need, the funding that they need from EA to complete Anthem Next or Anthem Reloaded? According to them, they need, instead of 30, they're going to need at least 90 people working on it to make any kind of mention-worthy progress toward it, and that is what is going to be decided this week in a big meeting of all of these executives. Now, the reason why I felt I wanted to make this video and mention it is A, we all know that Anthem was shit at launch. It totally was. You're 100% right. But B, Anthem is no longer trash. It's actually an enjoyable game now. It's cool, it looks beautiful, it plays nicely. It might not be for you, that's a-okay, but it's on sale very often. I highly recommend you try to get it when it's on sale, which is several times a year, and just give it a try. I'm pretty sure you will not be massively disappointed, if not actually excited, and get a lot of enjoyment out of it. I know I have, and like I said, you can come to my streams and see me stream it a little bit here and there. But the reason also, aside from that, wrongful, still continuous hate toward Anthem in its current state is that I would really like to see a revamped version of Anthem, because Anthem had a lot of potential. Anthem had theoretically everything that it needed to, well, seriously hurt, to give a good nice uppercut to the lower jaw of Warframe and Destiny and similar games, and I would really like to see Anthem actually live up to it, because from the information that we've gotten so far, it would appear that thanks to EA's sticky fingers, Bioware wasn't able to make the Anthem that they had originally wanted to do. Basically, EA cut off their arms and legs and forced them to participate in the Olympics. With people that still have their limbs attached, which is, you know, common practice for EA. We all know that. That, again, aside, I think Anthem and Bioware kind of deserve a chance. Maybe not Bioware even all that much, who cares, but the game, if we players can get something solid, enjoyable, and playable out of it, why the hell not? I would love to see this happen. If you guys have any thoughts on this matter, if you have heard this for the first time, if this is news to you, whatever, put all of your thoughts down in the comment section. I'd appreciate that. I'm curious to hear what this audience here is going to think about everything that I just shared here. And if you want to somehow kind of show your support and rise up and feel like you're doing something, get behind the cause, then get on your tweets, get on your social media, whatever, and use the hashtag I believe in Anthem Next, or Anthem Next, or hashtag Stronger Together, or whatever. And yeah, that's all that I want to say for now. So all you Tentos out there, Destiny players out there, and freelancers out there, it is true, we are indeed stronger together as gamers, as a community. Let's not allow the gaming industry to bully us out of having a good old time, and let's hope that we get a positive decision from EA, and that they are willing to invest in Anthem Next, aka Anthem Reloaded, and we'll get a super sexy, hot, fun game to play maybe a year or 2 or 3 from now. We'll see. Anyways, until then, stay healthy and safe, and until next time, peace the fuck out.